What's going on, everybody? This is the Root Cause Podcast, where we get to the root cause of what's going on in the world and the world around us. I have with me my brother, Eric Johnson. He's a business owner, he's a finance professional, he is a tax professional specifically. And as we get close to tax season, if you need help with that, reach out to him. He can help you with your filing your tax return for your personal, your business,
LLC,
your organization,
non-for-profit.
help you establish an LLC, help you get your business up off the ground. He can consult on that. Reach out to him on social media. He's very easy to find. I also have with me my brother Ace Chandler. He is a business owner. He owns a digital marketing company, and he also helps businesses kind of upscale and troubleshoot their business and find new customers and find new ways to reach and plan and plan and expand their business. I have with me the very beautiful, our new co-host, the very beautiful
Okay.
Miss Maya McKenzie. She is a mompreneur. She's a social media influencer. She is a person that is a advocate for the LGBTQ plus community and people who are neurodivergent people. And excuse me, I'm trying to do it off of memory. And so I'm Kendall White. I'm your big brother, your little brother, your godson, your grandson, your friendly neighborhood pastor, your friendly neighborhood activist. I might be
And a
old school
walk
thing. I might be.
and a
And you
walking HR violation. How about
and,
that?
and you and you know
Damn.
and you know you miss me. You know you miss me. Whoever that is, you know you do. Now this is the Root Cause Podcast. Tell me like that, Maya. Don't fix your face. This is the Root Cause Podcast. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Man, we got a great show for you tonight. Everybody, how y'all doing? Y'all good?
Good, man.
Ace, you good?
I'm amazing.
You amazing.
I
Maya,
don't
how
know.
you doing? How you
I'm
doing, Queen?
doodling. I'm
She's
doodling.
doodling. Doodling is Maya's anti-violence.
Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on. You just had one like 5 seconds ago.
You drew a
there
whole
I go.
colony.
Shit. Don't look at the other paper. Okay. I'm drawing nice things to put
She
myself in a
literally
good
had
frame of
one
mind.
heart 2 minutes ago.
Stars,
Now
heart.
she got a whole village of hearts trying to stay alive.
There go another one. Okay.
Oh
So
my God. Come
Yeah.
on, y'all. Let's get to the first story. The first
Oh
story we want to
man.
cover tonight, y'all. Y'all, I don't know what's wrong with our black people. I don't know why we feel like we got to go tap dancing for people. But listen, this week, tonight is one of those shows where we're really just going to slow things down, y'all, and kind of talk through some things that are going on. And the first thing we want to talk about tonight is this Nicki Minaj tour that she's on. I don't know what she's doing, man, trying to ingratiate herself into conservative politics. She was singing with Charlie Kirk's grieving wife over over the last few
The
days.
grief.
Yeah, the it was a Turning Point USA conference
oh
for
my.
young people, and she spoke at that. And y'all, I don't know why, and I'm gonna start this off. I want to hear Eric with this first, and then because I know everybody else. But Eric, help me understand something. Why is it that we feel like we have to tap dance in a circle at some point in our career? Now, I'm not one of those people that believe in the Illuminati or nothing like that. But when people start doing stuff like this, it makes me wonder, is there something to the claims of the Illuminati? Because in my mind, for what reason would she go on this tour when a couple of years ago, Charlie Kirk is on record saying that she's a terrible, terrible example for young black women? So an 18-year-old black female is what he said. So Eric, give me your thoughts on this, and we're gonna go around the horn for our opening thought. But what you think about this, Eric? Talk to me.
Well, my thoughts were she's getting a little older. So I'm thinking maybe she's going through what's I'm not gonna say the
Pre
change,
midlife crisis.
but she has a whole other wing of people that she can capitalize off of. Her streams have gone up since this weekend. Uh, so I don't know what she's trying to get out of it, other than that she is a she's an undocumented immigrant. She will fall into the DACA category. But she has other personal issues. People are saying this is why she's trying to be on the conservative end of things. She has a newfound faith in the Lord. She just gave her life back to Christ as of last year. That's what she said. So maybe this is what the metamorphosis she's trying to go through. I don't know, but I try to tend to let people go through.
She does have family members that need pardons. Go ahead.
Yes. Yep. So that's my thoughts. I don't. It's a. I watched the entire video of what she was talking about. She's not the brightest, but you don't have to be the brightest to be on that stage. That's all I have.
Not at all.
Maya, what's your thoughts?
Onika has lost her fan base over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
With her incredibly gruesome and meticulously nasty, like viral argument she's been having with artists who are doing better than her, like Cardi B.
Yeah.
When she did that with Cardi B, I promise you she lost like 500,000 followers just from that whole exchange, talking about that girl's kids, calling people's children mentally disabled, et cetera. Like, she lost so many people with that. On top of that, she has been backing a lot of the predators in the industry when they've been getting popped. She lost fan base off of that. So it really only makes sense for her to go right. Because the left, we done dropped her ass. We kept Cardi and we dropped her. So this is the only way for her to keep some sort of fan base. And one thing that, and I'm going to say this, and my parents are going to be like, really? But one thing clear people love are rhythmic Black people. And she is a famous celebrity that has lots of hits. So she's going to go where she's going to be celebrated. She's not being celebrated over here no more. No. So it makes perfect sense for Onika to go over there. Perfect sense. And they're going to accept her because they know she's going to bring the youth. And that's what they want. They need the youth.
They're hoping she will. Ace, what's your excuse me. Ace, what's your thoughts on this? Forgive me. What's your thoughts on this, bro?
I don't have too much to add because I can't really follow incoherent speaking. I know she was attacking she was trying to attack Newsom and some other stuff, and I was like, what are you saying, lady? Someone check her pulse. I was like, are you having a seizure or something?
She was speaking of broken phrases or something on that stage.
Well, she's from Trinidad. Yeah, that's actually talk. That's how they talk. Yeah, that's how they talk.
Yeah. I can't give her that grace. Yeah, so she was up. I can't give her that grace. She's been in this country for 35 years.
That means nothing. If you're still around people who's a part of your culture, it doesn't mean anything. You're still gonna have an accent. And she was 5 when she came here, so she had already developed an accent.
It's not about the accent. I don't think it has anything to do with the accent. I think it has everything to do with her pretty much her dialect altogether. She doesn't have it.
Well, she's definitely suffers from some sort of mania, as we can see.
No, I was about to say that
there's something off in there.
Yeah. Ace, go ahead and finish your thought, because I thought you was on to something. I agree with you, and Maya, that's true. Her educational background is very suggestive. I'm talking about you, Maya. You help us understand personality traits like this, and there is some mania there. But Aaron, finish your thought. Ace, finish your thought, because you were making a good point just about the way she's even talking doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, she was all over the place, and then it was like Erica was baiting her as well, and she was just walking straight. She was walking straight in it, and they were. You could tell the right was licking their chops, like, "Oh, we're gonna run campaigns and these sound bites and win the midterms off of the." Y'all not gonna win the midterms off of Nicki. If you think she's gonna be your path to heaven, that ain't gonna work. You in for a rude awakening.
There's some people there were some people donating to Herman Cain, by the way, so they don't get it. They don't know us.
Yeah, And then on top of that, I think she lost like 10 million followers or something behind
Oh
that.
my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. And she even has celebrities coming out like against her, speaking out against her and blocking her. She had a campaign to block her and all that stuff. So, I mean, she can die on the Trump sword if she wants to. My thing is, he's temporary, like I've been saying, and these people are going to have to deal with the aftermath of Trump. When he's long gone, they're still going to be dealing with not only just investigations, but just overall brand repair. Trying to repair their reputation. New York's the world's mayor, or New York's mayor, whatever his title was, Rudy Giuliani. He used to be the most credible mayor in the across the nation. Now that was just because of 9/11 and everything, of course. But all he had to do is ride the wave. But what did he do? He decided to get into pockets of Trump, and you can't find that. You have to lift a few rocks to find Giuliani. So no one is following him. I mean, it just is
like under no rock. He's too big to be under a rock.
Yeah, all you got to do is go look in the mascara aisle at the.
I knew somebody's gonna mention that.
Yeah, a hard fall from grace, and it's just like I don't know. I don't understand why these people haven't learned from that. They haven't learned from all the others who fell due to blindly following Trump. And if she wants to get on stage and talk about how great Trump is and all this other stuff after she's been blasting in the past. And it's just like Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz. You got these guys, they sit up there, they stand on principle at first, and then when they see that their album sales aren't doing too good, they go ahead and they try to side with Trump for the money. Just like the evangelicals sided with Trump for the money. Everybody's all about greed and making money off this, but it's not going to last. It is not going to last. Your money will run out when you're sitting in a prison cell because he done convinced you that it was okay to break the law. I'm not saying Minaj, that's the case of Minaj, but just so many others who are going to take that fall for this fool.
And maybe to her, maybe it'd be well worth it if she'd be able to get her citizenship spared ahead, get those family members pardoned, and all those things. It may be worth it to her in the long run.
Hey, and there's no different. I mean, you saying another undocumented worker vote trying to fall in line with Trump. Bobby Trump.
Bobby Trump. It is musical too.
Well,
Bobby
and I mean,
Trump.
if you also think about like Pete and them like blowing up the boats, I'm very sure a few of those victims were from Trinidad.
Oh yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's kind of like, girl.
Yeah,
how dare you stand up with this man?
It definitely.
Meanwhile, the Canadian border, they just got all those drugs coming through the Canadian border.
Yep.
They just coming in like a free for all. Hold on, real quick. Did y'all see how Canada? There was a 60 Minutes. We didn't cover that tonight, but a 60 Minutes episode.
I thought we were gonna cover that.
They leaked it.
Oh, we'll cover it. We can cover it if y'all want to. Let's do this real quick. Let's pivot. So, we want to cover the story too. So this is a story from CBS, and this is something that Maya wanted to talk about. She's familiar with it. She's right up on it. She lives there in Memphis. Because the story is coming straight out of Memphis, of course, I want to get Maya's thoughts on this. So in Shelby County, at the Shelby County Jail, there have been, and she mentioned this last week in our show last week, there have been now 12 inmate deaths. Is it 13 now, Maya?
It's 13 now.
So
and
13.
Just 13 barely, because there was a huge fight that was caught on camera, because they're not even checking inmates to make sure they don't have cameras right now. That's why we're getting all this info like this. It's going on Facebook Live.
Wow.
There was a huge inmate fight on a floor because their elevators are broken, on a floor that they could not reach without getting to the stairwell. And there were like 6 people stabbing each other. And so I know like 4 of them are in critical condition and 1 of them died.
Wow.
So that was the one that died.
So the story might not be over. So this most recent incident that Maya is talking about, there was a 35-year-old man by the name of Marcel Hutton, who was found unresponsive in his cell over the weekend. And I think what's troubling here is not just the deaths themselves, but the context around them, as Maya has been talking about, the overcrowding, the reports of inadequate medical care, chronic mismanagement inside the jail, people not getting fresh food, as she just said, the issues with correction officers being able to even get to that floor to stop violence because the elevators are not working.
Well, they're watching. They were watching.
Yeah. So Maya, unpack this for us because you're right there on the ground. Unpack this for us, and I want to make sure that we find the layers to this, because this is happening in the Memphis jail, but at the same time, and I want to wrap all this together. You mentioned to us also that the ICE coming into the city has exacerbated the situation, because ICE coming in and making a bunch of arrests and different things like that has made the situation worse. So give us a kind of a high level overview of it, and then let's peel the layers back with the panel about how even ICE has impacted this situation. But go ahead, Maya, take off.
I would just say ICE has basically implemented Donald Trump's visions within our own police force, which is something we haven't dealt with before because we are a majority Black city. We're the blackest city in the United States of America. But now we always say just because you Black don't mean nothing. If you got on a blue uniform, we say, well, you're still dressed in blue. You're blue. That's how we differentiate here.
Yeah.
But with that being said, you did not have these people, well, Shelby County Sheriff Department or MPD targeting immigrants to the extent that they are now. And that's because they have been given the go-ahead by ICE, Border Patrol, and the FBI, which have been here since October 3rd. They've trained them to say that this is okay. They've trained them to racially profile, and that it's okay to racially profile. It's perfectly applicable to see somebody driving with a trailer on the back of their truck and say, pull them over. They probably ain't got no papers. They're pulling people over with just because they have a trailer on the back of their truck, okay? And so now you have our local police departments following the same rhetoric that they weren't before, because they've got the overhead in from ICE, who are essentially like barely high school graduates, right? Who are getting paid per immigrant that they detain or enslave, whatever you want to call it.
They're
being paid bounties per immigrant.
Yeah.
And our city is paying for these people's hotel rooms.
Wow.
They're paying for their food. You can't get no hotel room out where I stay at because they're full of FBI and ICE agents and Border Patrol. And so with that, they let in 1,300 more officers. There's 3 officers per 1,000 per capita or something like that, which is 300 times the normal of the United States of America. So yeah, of course, you're gonna have more arrests. And people are getting arrested for pettier things.
It's usually 1,000.
Exactly, it's 3 to 1,000.
I know IMPD here in Indianapolis is 1,000 to 1 is what the ratio is they try to go for. But go ahead.
Right, and they've already sent some more here.
So 3 to 1,000 is high. That is triple what it should be, and it's an oversaturation of. It's not law enforcement. It's policing, and there's a difference.
And that's state troopers. That's just state troopers. That's not even federal or ICE.
Wow.
So, yeah, of course there's going to be overcrowding, and now they're shipping people out to county jails all over the state. So nobody knows where anyone is. And just so happened, Mason, Tennessee, which is, I call them kissing cousin counties, which is probably not a nice thing to say. Probably don't get in trouble. Don't care. But they got paid by Trump to build a detention center here over the summer. They got a big old fat, like $3 or $4 million bonus or something like that to build that. And that's where they're putting everyone that they're picking up for broken tail lights, looking the wrong way. They changed the law in Tennessee so you don't have to take, if you refuse a sobriety test, you're in contempt. So you're going to jail anyway. So of course our jails are overcrowded, and now it's 2,000 more overcrowded than it should be. And we don't have working elevators, and it's full of roaches apparently. There's a flesh-eating bacteria going around that keeps people in the med. I don't know. It's not a good situation.
And you know what? That's par for the course with Ali. And I'm y'all can jump in if y'all want, but I think that's part for the course for what we're hearing about a lot of these ICE detention centers. I know one here in Indiana, the Speedway Slammer. There was a story that Indianapolis Star did recently about how awful the environment is there. The gentleman, the Haitian immigrant who died in ICE custody in New Jersey
Yeah.
A few days ago, and the congresswoman from that area who was detained and then charged by the Department of Justice back in the summer for her being there. The black, I can't remember her name. Eric, you might be able to look her up right quick, but um, she was back there today after this Haitian immigrant died in their custody, and they said he died of natural causes. Like, what does that mean? You know, say he naturally got shoved down a flight of steps or something. Like, what are we talking about? But all of these detention centers are, you know, people reporting.
Monica McIver.
Yeah, Monica McIver. That's it. And everybody's been reporting the same thing. And like I said, it's the same thing here. The Speedway Slammer, the Indy Star had a story. I'll just read a little bit of this from you. Indiana is in line to play an increasingly pivotal role in Donald Trump's push for mass deportations, with multiple locations across the state, including the Miami Correctional Facility, poised to house thousands of undocumented immigrants. But it has recently raised concerns about untenable conditions within the prison and an exorbitant amount of violence in the prisons that they are trying to create. And now the Indiana State Legislature is, after the state Senate, by the way, who I appreciate, standing up against Donald Trump with this redistricting nonsense. Now they're opening investigations on the Senate side. See, here's the thing. And we talked about this last week, y'all, America is not built to get bullied around. And Maya made a good point last week. She said, at some point, people are going to get tired of your BS. And we ain't going for it. And them
January 6th.
Yeah. Them making threats against these state senators in Indiana. Those senators are fighting back, and they're fighting back with investigations into your Speedway Slammer that you was talking about, that Mike Braun tried to partner with you on. And it's just a problem. I mean, ICE is, when we've talked about this, they're absolutely out of control. In Minnesota, they dragged a pregnant woman through
I saw that on her belly,
through the snow, with
that
people
was
telling
disgusting.
you that she's pregnant, and it doesn't matter to them. And like Maya was saying, like they're getting $50,000 signing bonuses to be a part of this. And then, as I was reading, CNN had a story about the fact that it's not just the level of deportation that he's trying to do. It's not just local law enforcement. It's not just DEA and FBI and Homeland Security. They are hiring bounty hunters, literal bounty hunters, deputizing them in local municipalities to round people up. And this is
They are breaking in homes here.
Yeah.
They are breaking in people's homes. No warrant, no nothing.
It's
Nothing.
insane. It's insane. You got something? You got something, Ace?
No.
Yeah, it's disappointing, and I think at some point, I'm gonna go the Christian evangelical route on this. I want to make sure people understand this, that Christian evangelicals do not have a monopoly. White Christian evangelicals don't have a monopoly on Christian evangelicals, because I'm a Christian evangelical. Eric is a Christian evangelical. Ace is a Christian evangelical. The fact that you all, Maya, how sweet. She's a free thinker.
Oh,
I love it. No, they look, do your thing, right?
So many viewers casting you in hell right now.
No, they're not. She's not going to hell.
I don't believe in it, so there's that.
So, but here's the thing. But the point is, the fact that they tried to monopolize Christian ideology, but they mix it with demonic, hateful rhetoric and actions is just amazing to me, because it is the same white evangelical white Christians that will tell you that the gay community is going to bust hell wide open, but they are okay with families being separated at the border. And I try to get them to, do y'all, and
But
it's
they
like,
be on Grinder.
yeah,
I mean, the
exactly.
Republican convention broke Grinder.
Yeah, we covered that. You all crashed.
They just broke it again. They just crashed it again.
They did.
ICE is crashing it right now.
Yeah, at the
back in Arizona. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Recently at the what they just had.
Yep. AmFest with TPUSA. It crashed again.
And here's and what's crazy to me is this: if Jesus, baby Jesus, born in Nazareth, a baby of color, came into this country right now, his family would be deported.
He would be deported.
He would be deported back to Israel and be murdered by Herod. Think about that for a minute. That's not hyperbole. That's not me being funny. That's a real thing. You geniuses think that you can take the word of the living God and run down the street with it in order to win some kind of ridiculous political argument. And the things that you all are doing is literally diametrically opposed to every single thing Jesus stood for. Jesus' first sermon in the temple was, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to preach, to sight to the blind." That's healthcare. To preach hope to those who are hopeless, as far as like the widows. That's poor people of that day. He talked about the oppressed. He talked about people who are captive. That's criminal justice reform. Every single thing you geniuses stand for, Jesus was diametrically opposed to. And I keep saying this, when we cross this bridge, Jesus was a religious, progressive man of color from Nazareth, from Palestine. He was a Palestinian Jew who was a religious progressive who was crucified on the cross by religious conservatives. That's who you are. You are a Pharisee. To try to name the name of Christ, and you stand by policies, and you stand by policies that separate families, that torment and torture people who are just trying to get a better life for themselves, and then y'all stand beside a guy, and we're gonna deal with this later, who is all through those Epstein files, fondling children and molesting children and having his daughter sit in his lap and all that weird crap that he does, and y'all gonna sit here and attach the living God to this genius who's walking around calling himself the chosen one? Y'all ridiculous. And it's sickening, and it needs to stop, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to have my Christianity, because I believe in Black liberation theology. I'm tired of having to defend Christianity because you geniuses are dragging the name of God down with your foolishness and your hatred. Eric, jump in there, because I'll go on a monologue and be here for 30 minutes.
No, I have nothing to add, man. You got it. Everything's good. Yep. I have nothing to add.
I mean, at the end of the day, it was just what we were talking about last week when I said it's greed. When it comes down to it, they're using the Bible to cover their greed. And that's why they'll turn a blind eye to all the foolishness that's going on in the White House and all throughout this administration. The evangelicals over there and strike, praying for angels from Africa and all that stuff again. If you don't sit your happy tail down somewhere, prayer hit the ceiling and came right back down and smacked her in her forehead. If you're gonna go somewhere, but no, so
Dasher and Dancer and what's his name off Santa Claus's reindeer? Pinta, Delina, Santa Maria.
Nonsense.
It's ridiculous. And let me, and I'm done, because we can move on to the next topic. I'm done when I say this. You will give an account to the living God for y'all's foolishness. Jesus literally said, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me drink. When I was locked up, you came to visit me. They said, Lord, when did we give you food? When did we give you drink? When did we come see you? When you've done whatsoever you've done to the least of these, you've done it unto me. Every single time you drag a pregnant woman in the snow to throw her out of a country, you think God in heaven? You think you're storing up treasure for yourself in heaven? Now, to Ace's point, you know good and daggone well y'all know y'all don't love God. If you did, you wouldn't be doing the garbage that you're doing. And as a pastor, I dare and defy any of you geniuses to try to come in these threads and try to debate Bible with me. I would love for you to try. Try to explain yourself in the Word of God and stand beside the foolishness that the Republican Party has done for the last 20 years, really longer than that, and try to see if you can line it up with the Word of God. Ridiculous. Sorry, I'm getting mad.
2 Corinthians.
Akin to that, let's deal with the Epstein files real quick. This Epstein files, let's deal with that because it's in that same vein. Now, I know Ace wanted to kind of deal with this because we're getting these Epstein files and they're coming out drip, 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 a little bit at a time. And my fear, Ace, is that, now ain't a fear. My thought is that their strategy is to try and drag this out, hoping that we'll forget. But we ain't going to forget. Those victims are not going to forget. By their own estimation, and them talking too much, Pam Bondi talking too much early in the summer, talking about, it's on my desk right now. Well, nigga, where's it at? I want to see it. It's on your desk. Want to let me see it, big dog. I want to see it. Because Pam Bondi has talked about, she had all this stuff on her desk, and now they have released what, according to their own numbers, less than 10% of the files. And this is one of those stories that refuses to go away, despite years of public pressure. They think that they're going to tap dance around this story. Ace,
here's the thing. I called it. I said, when these files drop, there's going to be a black page. And it was like, they say over 500 pages that were 100% blacked out, 100% redacted, over 500 pages. And then on top of that, they came and they dropped a note, a love letter in there, I guess. And they came out today or yesterday and said, oh, well, that note that was talking about Trump, that was fake. Wait a second. So you're saying that y'all released something out there that you knew was fake? If it was fake, why'd you release it? Or is it that if it's truly fake, you created it, you threw it in the pile of documents to be released just to be able to discredit the whole batch and say, oh, well, we already found one fake document, so all the rest of this is fake. And then this fool went on TV and said, because you got Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton.
Somebody was like, y'all do now. Liberals do understand that Bill Clinton's in there. We don't care.
He think he helping out, but he making it.
Big red fire truck.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Bill Clinton's in there. Big red fire truck.
Bill Clinton. We all knew Clinton was going to be in there. Everybody knew Clinton was going to be in there. But my nephew, who's only 3, knew Bill Clinton was in there. But anyway, so my thing is, so you have all this stuff coming out, and he's just, not only is he just like that December 2nd batch, I think it was the first batch around the beginning of December. And he went on a tirade and started attacking Democrats and Somalians and Ian Omar, and he was attacking her while the files were dropping. You're trying to control the narrative, and now today you're trying to control, or I think it was yesterday, he's trying to call it, saying it's Democrats waste their time because he has the best economy in the history of the United States, and we're trying to take away from that, and it's a hoax, it's a Democrat hoax, all this stupid stuff he's throwing out there today. Oh, it's a Democratic hoax, this is boring stuff. Negro, dude, what are you talking about?
Well, hold on, Aaron, this is 30% of the Fortune 500, I mentioned this last week, 30% of the Fortune 500 have self-reported 1.1 million lost jobs. They have self-reported. 30% are reporting 1.1 million lost jobs because the Department of Commerce will not release those job numbers because they know they are awful.
Yeah, and he goes, well, he has a State of the Union or presidential address. What was that, Wednesday? And he's talking about all this stupid stuff that it didn't make sense. And he's like, oh, it's the greatest economy and we're the hottest country in the world. According to all the world leaders who've been talking to me on the phone, they all called to tell me we're the hottest. You're just saying anything and everything to make us ignore the fact that although you said that you admitted that you were on his plane only once, the files came out and it shows that you were actually on the plane more than once. You were actually on the plane 8 times, at least 8 times.
At least 8, because the other ones that were redacted, they think more than 30.
Yeah, at least they say at least 8 times. So here we are with this, and then you got this 30-year investigation. We have black and brown people getting the keys, getting the most severe punishment, the most severe sentences over marijuana possession and selling marijuana. And they're getting locked up and they're throwing away the key with these black and brown inmates. But you had this guy, you knew for at least 30 years that he was a sexual predator, that he was trafficking, not only throughout the United States, but all over the globe. He was sex trafficking. And you knew there was high value senators and, well, let's just say elected officials, bankers, lawyers, all of that, the elite, they were all part of it for 30 years, for at least 30 years. And then when you had him locked up, you was letting him go. I never heard of this. How do you let Jeffrey Epstein walk out of prison to go continue his sex trafficking ring? Like it was a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen? It's disgusting, man. They're
treating the prison like he was in a halfway house or something.
Yeah, they were treating him like he was in a halfway house, and it was just it was sad because they called it was under their non-prosecution agreement that allowed Epstein to continue to carry out his business while he was serving his probation behind bars. And it's just it just goes to show that the system does not work. The system is broken. It's been broken. I mean, we've been black people we've been saying this for years that the system is broken.
Is it broken though? Because it's working.
You're right. It's for them. It's a system that works for them, not us.
And black boomers have not been saying the system is broken until like recently.
It depends on what type of boomers and where they live. You're absolutely right. The boomers have helped destroy the economy of this country. The boomers have done that, and they're still doing it.
They're still doing that,
especially in red states.
I mean, I was raised by boomers as a millennial, and black boomers then it's like, like everything is on you. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps, like everything is on you.
Straps.
Oh, is it butt strap or boot?
No. You're right. Pick yourself by your bootstraps. I said, well, where's the boots and where's the straps? If I have one or the other,
we didn't get none of that shit, right? Like, why do y'all have these menial jobs? Like, y'all gave us this economy. Y'all gave us nothing, and y'all want us to clean it up with no tools. Like, it's just.
In fairness, the boomers built the economy that was thriving before the Y2K, and the whole evolution. So don't forget.
Well, they also created credit reports, though. So was it thriving, or did it just look like it was thriving?
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have classism. I mean, you're always going to have classes. You had
Well, it's
blacks who
not
were
about
thriving back
classism.
then. You have black. No, I'm saying it is because you had blacks who were thriving back then. You can't say that
But
was the
you're
boomers
born into
failed.
a but my thing is you're born into a class. If there's no upward motivation for or like upward way for you to move out of that class in the United States without, I don't know, half killing yourself, then
You can be born
classism
into a class.
really
You can be born into a class, and you can also elevate from that class. Eric,
okay, as an
you and
African
I are living
American,
proof.
my family is living proof, but at the end of the day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people do not speak for a million people.
I think
A lot of people do not have the aptitude to do that.
well,
So I
I would
don't think
say
that's
this.
a fair statement.
I would say
Eh,
this. I mean, I get
Welcome, Maya. Welcome.
yeah, I actually
I
get
got
listen,
somebody on my side.
I get both points, but I'll say this.
I'm listening though.
I'll say this though, to be
Still
honest with
Googling.
you, I will say this, I think only the baby boomers could have created a Donald Trump. And I actually read a book. There's a book out called How Baby Boomers Ruined America.
They did.
It's a really good book that y'all should read. It's a quick read too. It's a like a 5 by
It was
7.
about being an ant.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think here's what only thing I would say to that, Ace, is this. We talked about this some episodes ago where
Yeah,
we
we
talked
did.
about
I was about to go into that, but go ahead. I pulled back.
no,
Go
no,
ahead,
no.
finish.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to just say that it's like CEOs. I think we looked. I think I mentioned like in CEOs in I think it was like 1972. The average CEO made 32 times the amount of the average worker. That was a tremendous disparity. 32 to 1. $32 for every $1 that the average employee makes. That was the Fortune 500 at that time in 1972. The Fortune 500 in 2020, when they did the next study in 2020, it was $1,000 to $1. And so the average CEO makes $1,000 for every $1 that their employees make, that the average employee makes. And you talking about from $32 to $1,000 is a crazy jump. And that happened on the watch of like baby boomers. And then we talked about on the show a few weeks ago, and I think you're about to go into that the 3 of the 5 greatest financial crises of the last 100 years happened during the time the millennials were trying to become adults.
Come on, shit.
The housing market crash, bailing out Detroit, COVID. I mean, like, and Y2K, now AI. So these are all things that. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead, Ace. Make your point.
That's what I'm saying. Y2K was Y2K brought in a bizarre era. Starting with, I mean, as soon as we jumped into it, we had 9/11. We had so much stuff. Yeah, we had so much stuff going on. Then we had the terrorist attack, and then we had the financial crisis, and then we had we had to go through 8 years of Bush. For one, he wasn't even supposed to be in office to begin with.
That was my first campaign. My first campaign.
But you had the Democrats pull back and go ahead and let him in, and it just, I think that truly is what changed that put us on this trajectory where we just haven't got out of it. It's been crazy, but that was the Y2K era, ushering in Bush, and then Obama tried to get us out of some of that stuff, but he made great progress. He turned the economy around, but it was still a broken system. It was still a broken
people have been trained to be ants. Boomers were trained to be obedient, and they trained millennials to be obedient, and they trained us to be complicit. And so breaking out of that cycle is what's the biggest hurdle here. Everyone is just acting complicitly right now, which is why everything is so up. That's why everyone's like, okie doke, I'll just keep being an ant, despite the fact that my life is miserable. Like, no, you gotta have
some
help.
Maya, explain the ant mentality that you're talking about. Explain that.
A worker ant. You are not a leader. You don't have the ability to be a leader. You don't have the ability. They don't teach you critical thinking in schools anymore. School is literally, I think schools are like pipelines to prisons, honestly. They teach you to be as good as they want you to be. They're not giving you the skills to go over
So,
them or toots. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that they teach people to be ants. They teach people to fit the system. And the fact right now is there's too many people not fitting in the system, which is why Trump and the rest of them are like, well, you get your ass out, you get your ass out, you get your ass out, you go to jail because he don't got enough worker ants right now. It's too many people trying to lead, and he don't like that.
And I think Eric mentioned this, that part of this part of this Project 2025, like the whole thing with the Republican Party and what I think Donald Trump tapped into, I think he tapped into the ignorance of poor whites, in my opinion. But also, I think he also tapped into, and Eric mentioned this, that the white male feels like he's being replaced. We talked about that
What,
before. Eric,
what did
unpack.
JD Vance say?
Yeah,
He said, what did he say this week?
we brought it back to be okay.
And Tucker,
Okay to be
Tucker,
white in America again. Yeah.
Tucker Carlson said the same thing, that it's that white men are
Okay.
systematically being taken out of corporate America, out of education, and out of leadership positions in this country. They said systematically.
Called evolution.
They have some numbers to back that up, but they don't want to add the fact that Black women have become more educated than they have in the last 20, 30 years. And that's why women have taken on more leadership positions in corporate America that they don't like. So that's why they hate DEI so much, because it hurts their bottom line. It hurts their conversations with their colleagues. It hurts how daddy looks at father-son relationships. It hurts that as well for them, for the hierarchy look that white man has always had on their shoulders. So that's why it is smart for them, because white men, even though if you look into plug into the numbers, they are still, the CEOs are mostly still white men. White men are still mostly leading 55, 500 companies, Fortune 500 companies, but it's not as big as they want it to be. So that's why they're smart, because white men are still the quiet majority of this country, and they know they need those white men to be able to get those votes and be able to marry. They want them to marry again, get out the basement, get married, and stuff like that. But they know they can't without the economy so bad. So that rather than trying to fix the economy and fix and finding jobs for for men, they teaching them to hate other people. So that's everything comes back down to the economy, and how to make sure everybody has a fair shake, whatever fair looks like, specifically for the white men.
Yeah, I think, and I hear some of that, and look, I totally get how you could feel displaced as a white man in America when you once worked in a factory in Anderson, Indiana.
Yes.
And now at 53 years old, you are a cashier at a gas station.
Yes.
And I get that part of it. But what I would say to that, Eric, and I get it. That's why I'm saying it. I totally get it. But here's the thing. I said to well, that crayon is hilarious. My hand. She's dead. She's
What, my face?
No, I'm just saying. I know you're over there doodling with that marker trying to stay alive. But I just think it's fun. No, but this is what I would say to that though. The thing to me is, where I understand how some of them feel, I guess the point is this. All we're asking you to do is share, my nigga.
We're not worth sharing. We're not human.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Welcome to the party.
You're talking about socialism now, communism.
They don't like that.
Bring it on.
They don't like that.
Folks have been, listen to me, black folks have been struggling in this country the entire time. Do you want to know
brown people? You're still separating everybody. We should just say freaking brown at this point.
I hate brown. Well, I hear you, Eric.
You really need to stop. You need to stop because come on, you really need to stop.
Getting.
No,
Hell.
listen, no, real quick.
Why? Elaborate, Maya. Why does he?
With your
Maya, why
self.
does he? No, Maya. Why does he really need to stop?
I feel like if we had a segment about ancestry DNA, and if we wanted to, think about who had the most stakes in this conversation.
Hey, my black.
It wouldn't be.
That's
what the fuck I say.
Well, Ace is close to.
I got mine too. I'm 41% Nigerian, so I'm gonna say whatever I want to say right now.
You're not my hand right now. But anyway, no, Kendall. Yours is you're up in Wales.
No,
them ain't in Wales. Y'all know where that's at? Me neither.
No, my ancestry. No, so listen. So my
in Australia.
My dominant ancestry DNA.
Dominant.
Is 38% Nigerian. Now, because what happened?
That was the proof. Put it up on screen.
Oh, I'll show it to you. Pass
the play.
Coming up.
No, but listen. Let me finish this thought real quick about white America. You all are simply being asked to share. You're simply you have dominated the toys for so long that the minute someone says you've had that toy for 3 hours, son, let your friend play with it for 15 minutes. You all are having a hissy fit over in the corner because just in the last 20 years, because of, and I'll give it to you, the North American trade deal that Bill Clinton signed that caused a lot of
it's awful. Bipartisan. He didn't do it by himself. It was bipartisan.
Exactly. I was about to say that. I will give you that, but keep in mind that to have that at that time, to have that kind of legislation, you needed a supermajority in both houses. And at the time, the Republicans controlled the House and the Senate. So blame that on Republicans.
No.
And here's, but wait a minute, hold a second.
Nope.
And here's the thing.
My life was great when Bill was in office. I don't know about you.
But here's the thing.
It was the best times of my life.
You lost those jobs. You lost those factory jobs, and I get it. I totally get that. But all you are experiencing over the last 20 years is what the rest of us have been experiencing for the last 200 years. You're going to be just fine. You're going to navigate just like we had to. It's going to be all right. And to have a wild pendulum swing back the other way, instead of becoming informed about why this is here and what we can do moving forward, to sit there and pout in a corner is ridiculous. And it shows the lack of mental development in white men in this country.
But it ain't even just mental development. These people are like actually monsters. If you've read the Epstein files, like I had to like put that shit down. Like if you've actually read this shit, this is not just like criminals. These people are like monsters.
It's really bad.
These are children.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
It's horrible. And I don't know, like they said, they're going to make you question if anything is real. But I don't know if y'all saw the thing about the 13-year-old and Mr. Trump and the pregnancy.
I didn't see that.
It's all part of the Epstein drop. I mean, there's so much stuff dropping. There's so much stuff dropping, and then that's why he's all erratic right now. And then you have Magic Marker Bondi and them. And they're over there just redacting away. I think we have some secret footage of that right now. Full redaction. A full freaking redaction. This is genius. Whoever did this.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
That is perfect. The Time Magazine killed that.
Is it backwards? That's backwards.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, the Time Magazine. Time Magazine nailed that one, bro. That was, but it's crazy, man. And again, all of this ties back to the mental state of white males in this country, that they needed a hero, even if it was a cartoonish hero, because they felt so much despair, and they chose Donald Trump as that leader for them, and somehow broke white men in West Virginia convinced themselves that a rich white man from New York City was like me. And he branded it so well, and now it has them being okay with him literally being in these Epstein files. When I said in the previous show, for years you all said that you were going to that she was going to expose all the pedophiles and all this other kind of stuff. And now it is quiet as a church mouse with these.
I mean, what was the whole Wayfair thing about? If you remember the Wayfair thing where they were claiming that. Look at you!
I remember the Wayfair.
It was pure projection. It's amazing.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Well, so yeah, so we're going to continue to follow this Epstein stuff and drop some stuff. And you also check us out on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. We're going to be dropping these reels covering the Epstein dump and all that stuff. But for now, Maya, we're about to introduce you to a new segment.
No way. Bring the heat to throw shade. We're ready to play, pass or play. Yeah, we on that grind. Negative vibes, got receipts. We'll find. Pass or play. What's it gonna be? Root cause rolls deep. No apology. Step to the mic. Yeah. We hold that crown. Root cause ain't about to back down.
Going on over there. Let me go clean up myself.
All right. Here we go. So the rules are simple. This is pass or play. It's a new segment for Maya, but you all are familiar with it. We're going to go over some comments from our viewers. If I say we're going to, once you read the comment, you'll give an option. You can pass. That means you're going to take the high road. You can still respond to that comment, but you're not going to jump into the weeds. However, if you decide to play, you're gonna bring the business and jump into jump in the trenches with them. You know what I'm saying? So y'all ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Sure.
Come on,
okay. All right. So let's start out with one here. This is one where. What'd you say?
I'm just trying to figure out who got time to write all this shit right here. Like I would never, but anyway.
Well, this person was actually talking about basic civil rights, and Kendall, this is one thing that you've been actually talking about a lot as well. U.S. governments have convinced the U.S. public that over a number of decades, what you call socialism in normalized countries, they call that basic civil rights. And Kendall, you've been saying this for a while. So I'm going to pose this one to you because he was actually responding to one of your videos where you were just saying that very thing. And you want to pass or play? I know this. He's pretty much saying amen to what you're saying. But Mr. Brian here,
I think that's more so me talking. It looks like something I would say.
Yeah. I'll play briefly because I do agree. And Eric talks about this all the time as well. If you go to any first world country around the world,
yes,
the United States of America is the only one that does not offer some form of universal free healthcare to its people, some form of it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a universal healthcare law that forces people to buy insurance, but it's not provided to them by the government. Canada offers that.
Mm-hmm.
Cuba offers that.
Israel
offers
Germany,
that.
Italy, England,
Saudi Arabia has that. Brazil, Ecuador has that. And the fact that Americans and I told y'all it's the pimp and the prostitute. A pimp convinces a prostitute that you help me amass all of my wealth, but you can't share in it. You don't deserve of all the work you've done, all the you put your body on the line to enrich me, and you cannot participate in this. And that's what the federal government does to the average citizen in this country because they won't speak up. They treat them like a common prostitute on the street. The abuse and the misuse. Yeah, that's how you can't back me off of it. Your little eyes, your little arm and eyes can't stop me from doing what I'm doing, buddy. I'm over here doing what I'm doing. But that's true. So I appreciate you saying that.
We're talking about Epstein. Really?
I appreciate him.
Calls you Epstein.
No, I said we're talking about him. I said really.
No, she didn't call me Epstein. Trust me. But
listen, I called you. No, I'm just playing.
But I'm glad. But the point is, yes, Americans, we deserve more. They take your tax dollars every time you get paid. You should get something back for that. So that's the point.
Kendall, while you're talking, here's another comment for you. He was responding to what you were saying about Donald Trump losing, I think you said over 32 points. And this was a response from Ginger Thomas.
Black guys clearly comes from a white person, but go ahead.
Gingers love black women though. So
yeah, not so fun fact. Trump won at margins in swing states by an average of about 2%. Black guys in Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Georgia swung his way in these states by approximately 9 to 12%. When this percentage is added to the Hispanic swing away from Harris, Trump is what you get. I mean, us whites at least voted with our own, for better or worse. What's black guys' excuse? That word is cut off.
Hey,
but what
listen,
Ginger. What grade did you graduate?
Hey, I don't know. Wait, no. Ginger, you cooking. Come back to me for a second. Aaron. Come back to me for a second. You cooking, Ginger? Because I don't know what the hell black men was doing. I don't know what we were woke. I don't know what we were. I don't know why we aligned ourselves with a racist. And someone
wait.
openly disrespecting a black woman. So Ginger, yeah, I don't know what the hell we was thinking. I don't know what I agree with you. I don't know what black men. I don't know why black. I'm not saying all.
Misogyny.
I don't know why even 2% of us sided with this person who was publicly disrespecting a black woman. Something that we would not let. We wouldn't let a white man talk crazy to a black woman in a gas station. Let alone, I don't know why we would allow that to happen on national stage. So, Ginger, you're correct. I don't know what we were thinking, and I don't know what we were doing, and I hope that we have learned our lesson because the Hispanic community has, because they've had a 32% net swing in the opposite direction away from him. So, you're right. I don't know what we were thinking.
Maya, get your baseball bat. This one's for you. You were talking about what's going on.
Baseball bat.
No, because
I'm just kidding. I live in Memphis and I haven't seen this military.
Yeah, I'm throwing the ball. So this was about when you were talking about the state of condition with a militarized city and in Memphis, and this you were talking about even today. And
I mean, my thing is like, and this is gonna sound very shallow, and I kind of don't care, but like, if most of your face rubs off on your pillow. If we're looking at shoe polish, like propaganda, I don't really like have nothing to say to you. If you didn't see it, maybe you just like work at night, like everyone else, and you're just a zombie throughout the day and ants. I don't fucking know. Maybe you're just a part of the machine. That's well and cool. There's a lot of people like that here, but I am not. Christopher Davis, and that name sound fake. He got that shoe polish shit right here. That ain't his stuff don't connect like that. Stop it. He got topics and some more shit on there. Stop it. Don't nothing connect.
You said he got that Beijing on him. He got that Beijing.
No, they use topics down here. It's a spray. They use topics. It's hair fibers. But nonetheless, you can't get wet. So
half a Kendall's
my shit, mine gonna stay on. If I get wet, I'm gonna still look the same. You feel me? So we are in two different categories of human. I don't care what Christopher has to say. I don't.
All right. Last one. I'm gonna throw this one at Eric.
Oh,
well.
Oh man, we just talked about that. They was on there at Memphis too. So
they all are.
That was hilarious.
Oh my god! Where's the evangelical?
They're not on Grindr.
They're currently on Grindr.
They're not on Grindr. They're in Petco, or they're at their cousin's house. It's one or the other.
Graham. I'm gonna say it, Lindsey Graham.
Hey, I will do this. Since I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up Pass or Play right now. I do want to do this, and Kendall, then we can close because I mentioned this. I referenced this earlier, but I want you all to actually see what he said.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
It requires the occasional disruption, the willingness to speak out for what is right, to shake up the status quo. That's America.
1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months.
The disease over here, yes, very hot.
To be fair, which one of those would resonate with the average American? Which one of those speeches would reach the average American? Which one?
That's a great point, Eric, because the average American operates at the level of a high school freshman. That's a fact.
So I'm just
saying, it's lower than that.
It's really about a 5th to 6th grader.
Yeah,
well, the reading level, level, 5th or 6th grade, but comprehension is at the level of a freshman.
Yeah. And emotional intelligence is at 0. So there's that.
And then y'all remember, I think one of our early episodes, I quoted, there was that professor of psychology at I think she was at Harvard, and she said that she did a kind of a personality assessment of the average Trump supporter, and said they operate emotionally at the level of a 3rd grader, of an 8-year-old. And I said, now that makes all the sense in the world. Yeah. It makes all the sense in the world.
We have to stop. No, I know we have to stop doing that, because we want those voters to come your way. We have to stop doing that to voters.
What's that?
It reeks.
Stop doing what? Calling them stupid?
Yeah, we gotta stop doing that.
I mean, if you're dumb, you're dumb. What do you want me to do about it? My thing is, I feel like you're willfully dumb at this point, because everyone I know has a smartphone. And anything you want to know in this entire world is at your fingertips now.
But some parts of rural America, they don't have Wi-Fi. Keep in mind, some parts of rural America.
I mean, maybe.
Starlink everywhere.
Maybe.
But I mean, everywhere now. They got.
I mean,
even back in the desert.
Dirtwood in Mississippi got Wi-Fi, because my family stay out there. They got Wi-Fi. Okay, so I feel people are willfully ignorant at this point. I don't feel bad for them if you just feel like being dumb. If you don't want to, but it's also not their fault to an extent. To an extent, it's not their fault.
Right. It
shouldn't be the mass majority of people being stupid. The mass majority of people are stupid.
Listen, I want to read something to y'all real quick, man, before we go, if that's okay. I want to read something to y'all because I want I want to leave something on the minds of Christian evangelicals real quick. This is from Martin Niemöller. He was a pastor in Nazi Germany. And this is a famous quote for him, and I quoted it before, and I'm going to read it again. He said, "First they came for socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. If you don't stand up to this regime, it will not stop. He is being used by the devil, and the devil doesn't just want an inch. He wants the entire journey."
It'd be nice. Hold on, Kendall. It'd be nice if we had a opposition party. We have a good guy there to fight the villain. Yep. That's all I have.
Yeah.
We
don't have one.
We talked about that last week. We have the Democratic Party, but not an opposition party.
They're not.
Nope.
And that's a good point, Eric.
We're settling every time.
Every time. You're right. We're settling.
Well, on behalf of myself, Kendall Wyatt, and my brother Eric Johnson, Ace Chandler, and the lovely Miss Maya McKenzie. The lovely Miss Maya McKenzie.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Y'all stop letting people take away.
Happy Hanukkah.
Hands off my Christmas. Leave my Christmas alone. Pick something else. But look, on behalf of the Root Cause Podcast, We want to wish you a happy holidays, y'all.
Hell no. No.
Melania's like, how I getting this? Well, she Trump met you on the boat. Trump met you on the boat.
Look at that little tiny hand on Epstein's shoulder. That hand's so little.
Little tiny hand.
Look at the little hand.
Hey, look, hey, give it to Melania. She always got the smoky eye. Release the files. Release the pedophile.
Because she's not a real human. She's slithering. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. Come on, y'all. Charlie Kirk. Y'all saw Dave Chappelle, didn't you?
Now, where did he come from?
Dave Chappelle said they tried to put Charlie Kirk next to Martin Luther King. He said he is not the Dr. Martin Luther the King that we call him in our Coming to America. Dr. Martin Luther the King.
Well.
Oh man, what else you got? Ace, you got something else in there? Where's my girl at? Captain Ball Spurs.
He like he's taking a tube, like a booty.
What's on his TV? What's on his TV?
The closest he got to war was MASH every night at 11.
Damn, that's funny. That's funny. That's actually funny.
Look at the background. I'll get you, my pretty. And you
Man, she's so ugly. Look at Onika. So damn ugly.
That is hilarious right there. Hey, but low key,
that's a great picture.
Low key, he does look like an old racist president from the 1800s or something. He might be able to go on a coin or something.
I'm not going on nothing.
On slaves. Look, on behalf of the Root Cause Podcast, look, happy holidays to y'all, man. Enjoy your holiday. Those of you that have like lost a loved one or you're missing somebody during the holiday season, don't let life steal your joy. All right. Be thankful, be grateful. You are alive. And if you are alive and breathing, you have another chance. All right. Hang in there. We think about you. We are praying for you. We're rooting for you, hoping the best for you. Even if we come at you a little strong.
They say what goes on in the red cup.
Exactly. What goes in the red cup stays in the red cup. Mind your business.
Wherever your joy is, okay.
Right. But listen, we love y'all, man. Happy holidays. We'll see y'all later. And look, I say it every week and I'm gonna say it tonight. If you are going through a rough time, the worst is over for you and the best is yet to come. We love y'all. We'll see you next time on the Root Cause Podcast. Happy holidays, y'all.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.